Aussie, a renowned streamer celebrated for his captivating Dying Light gameplay, often finds himself revisiting the game, even after conquering it numerous times. His audience remains spellbound as he spices up each session with challenges like speedruns or fascinating mods. As time unfolded, he learned of an impending sequel to Dying Light, and his viewers were on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting updates on the game's progress. After years of eager anticipation, Dying Light 2 finally graced the gaming world. The weapon showcased below draws its essence from the iconic makeshift weapon featured on the cover art of Dying Light 2, known as Last Hope, crafted from a street sign. In this instance, the blade is derived from another unused segment of that very street sign. Hence, I shelled out this weapon, First Hope, instead. This illustration, however, emphasizes a sharper weapon. Moreover, the fiery elements and gaslight configurations are inspired by another Techland masterpiece, Dead Island Riptide. Aussie approached the sequel, Dying Light 2, with a sense of patience, yet he couldn't shake off a hint of disappointment as the final product fell short of his lofty expectation. Many of the stellar features from the original game were either absent or underutilized. Additionally, the parkour system, which lacked a physics focus, rendered gameplay less enjoyable compared to its predecessor. The presence of glaring bugs made the sequel nearly unplayable. With a flicker of hope, Aussie yearned for Techland to replicate the triumphant comeback witnessed with Cyberpunk 2077. He held on to the hope that they would soon address the issues and ultimately match or even exceed the brilliance of the first game. A year later, however, the situation remained largely unchanged. Bugs continued to plague the game, and irrelevant updates, seemingly more concerned with monetization, left not only Aussie but also a significant portion of the fanbase feeling frustrated. To shift the mood, unexpectedly, the highly anticipated sequel to another long-awaited title has been released, and it has enjoyed a fate that stands in stark contrast to the disappointing launch of Dying Light 2, Dead Island 2. While indulging in the thrilling escapades of Dead Island 2, Aussie, with his clever gameplay, stumbled upon a delightful exploit early on, utilizing a car battery. Consequently, it became his weapon of choice. Little did he know, this car battery radiated two striking electric waves, one a captivating blue and the other a mesmerizing purple. These hues perfectly mirrored the essence of Aussie's character. After some time, Aussie found himself jolted by the battery, experiencing an unusual sensation that was oddly comforting rather than painful. Instead, he was enveloped by a wave of drowsiness that gently ushered him into a deep, unconscious slumber. Upon awakening, he was taken aback to discover he was still in LA, sprawled luxuriously on a plush bed within a magnificent mansion. Despite this surprise, he felt a lingering weakness, likely a remnant of the electric shock. Yet, something felt distinctly different about his body. As Aussie attempted to move, he was further astonished to realize his form had transformed into that of a voluptuous woman. With an irresistible urge, she began to explore her newfound softness. Just as she was beginning to revel in her femininity, a striking man appeared, inquiring about her well-being. Without a moment's hesitation, Aussie recognized him as none other than Kyle Crane. Suddenly, a surge of energy coursed through her weak body, empowering her to stand and approach Crane, overwhelmed by admiration. With an air of authority, Crane disclosed that he had chosen to isolate himself in the realm of Dead Island 2 as his character had been sidelined and was not the protagonist in the sequel. However, he remained undaunted, for in Dead Island 2, he could delve deeper into the mysteries of the zombie virus, acquiring new techniques and mutations to assist him in his quest to save the Dying Light franchise. He passionately expressed his resolve to single-handedly propel the franchise forward, vowing to craft his own game that would mend the wounds and fulfill the promises that Dying Light 2 had left unfulfilled. In his narrative, Crane revealed that the Beast now resided within him after spending time in the captivating world of Dead Island 2. Whenever Crane speaks of the Beast, Aussie feels an exhilarating thrill in her chest, utterly enchanted by the commanding presence of Crane before her. Unbeknownst to her, Aussie releases a peculiar fragrance, and a light sheen of sweat begins to form on her skin. This distinctive scent, which also reaches Crane's acute sense of smell, shifts his perception as well. He is flooded with a powerful emotion, echoing his past failures in safeguarding Jade and Eski. Tenderly, Crane moves closer to Aussie, yet feeling a touch bashful. Aussie averts her gaze and steals a glance at Crane by tilting her head. She confides her unusual feelings to him. Without a moment's pause, Crane takes off Aussie's headphones, then, consumed by an irresistible passion, Aussie reacts to Crane's gentle action by trying to remove his jacket and shirt. Crane is left a bit bewildered, just as he is about to inquire about her intentions. Aussie delicately places her index finger on Crane's lips, silencing him. Without further ado, Crane had no desire to revisit his past naivety with women. With his firm yet tender hands, he gently bent Aussie and whispered in her ear to spare her any embarrassment. Aussie's body quivered instantly, and her lips instinctively beckoned Crane to unveil the beast he had been alluding to. Crane smiled and nodded, warning Aussie to prepare herself for the overwhelming energy that would bolster her courage and strength. As Crane infused his potent energy into Aussie, it became clear that her physique was evolving into a more athletic silhouette while still embracing her stunning curves. Yet, she softly implored Crane to refine the power he had granted her. The quicker Crane's energy was fine-tuned within Aussie, the more her comfort blossomed. And before she knew it, she began to moan uncontrollably, apologizing to Crane for her lack of propriety. However, Crane wisely reassured her not to fret, but rather to simply savor the moment. Grateful, Aussie expressed her yearning for even greater power from Crane, declaring that she could not envision her life without him from that instant onward. The end.